Welcome back to our Blue Z Water channel. Title of this video is 10 Pass Ozone versus Home Ozone for Health, Home Ozone Therapy for Health. So I came up with my own protocol for Home Ozone Therapy that starts to approach what 10 Pass Ozone Therapy is. Now, there's a reason why I want to do this video. For most people, they can't afford 10 Pass Ozone Therapy. It's about $1,000 some places. Some people are more generous, but it's very expensive and you need multiple treatments. And then if something comes up again, like 6 months later, you're back in the clinic. So you just can't afford it for most people. This is not covered by insurance. So this program that I'm going to describe, particularly for those of you who like doing things at home and trying to develop their own self-reliance, this is a way to effectively improve home ozone therapy. So you start to approach, you're never going to get to 10 pass IV ozone, of course. That's around 2,000 milliliters of ozone to put directly into the blood. As the therapy describes, you go through 10 rounds. What I'm going to describe today is something where you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 passes systemically into your blood system using rectal and ozone insufflation. There's a key thing you need to understand when you do ozone. Ozone is oxidative stress therapy. It's a fire therapy. The more stuff in your body that you're trying to burn, the more you're going to have the reaction. So you're going to have more free radical damage, more oxidative stress. This is a very simple principle. I want to give a very simple analogy. If you have a bunch of wood and a small flame, you're not going to burn the wood effectively. If you come with a large flame and you have a large pile of wood, you're going to have a lot of embers after the burn. If you come with a large flame and a wee bit of wood, you're going to have very few embers. So what ozone does is it's burning up basically a bunch of garbage in your body. So the more effective you can be at getting rid of that garbage and processing the garbage, the less oxidative stress or embers you're going to have over time. The other thing is, when you go to burn very dry wood, it burns really quick, really fast, really effectively. If you think of a forest and it's super dry, you get an inferno, and that's when we have all these horrific forest fires. So if it rained for 3 days and then you went to burn the forest, you would have a very controlled burn. So this is another issue about oxidative stress, is most people have a lot of inflammation, they're dry. So when they go to burn up the toxins, they get inferno-like inflammatory response, and it's too much for the body to handle, too much for the client to handle. So we're going to just go over simple concepts about how you can get to that place where you can bring the big flame because you have very little to burn, and also how to not have this inferno-like pre-state when you go to burn, how to have that, to have a body that's not just preloaded for inflammation. So we're going to go through a few things. We already did a video. We're going to post links on this protocol. We're just going to go over it again and just emphasizing how you can get to doing 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, 4 pass, 5 pass. So first of all, you do Brown's gas hydrogen therapy, which is basically the most powerful anti-inflammatory therapy. So that's like the rain all night long in the forest. If you're going to have to do this for 6 months to a year and condition the body to a much less inflamed state, and you have to do this therapy on a regular basis for reasonably long periods of time. We do recommend, it's easy to do it all night long, and just the way to go. And it just has so many healing benefits. We'll post links below to the playlist, but that is the number one, what I call dampening the burn. That's the rain all night long in the forest. So now right away you can tolerate higher levels of ozone therapy. The rest of it's pretty simple. There's additional, we have a comprehensive antimicrobial program So it's about how to process the toxins, how to process the detox and the reactions when you go to detox. And also the one thing that goes with the ozone, something called the mission coil, or what I call high frequency vortex electrostatic charge therapy. This is the cousin to ozone therapy. If you do this for a long period of time, it is equal to ozone, if not superior, because you can do it for long periods of time. It works on the same premise of lightning therapy. Ozone is made with corona discharge, which is lightning. This is putting lightning on the body. To make it simple, you can watch our playlist on that. So if you're doing that on a regular basis and hydrogen on a regular basis, then you can start upping the ante on the ozone. Now, there's a couple other things in the antimicrobial program that help get rid of the heavy metals, the chemicals, and help. This is, by the way, when you go to do ozone, this is called the vibration therapy protocol. You'll do this between the rounds. You stand on a vibration machine. Think of it like an agitator at a washing machine. You don't just throw soap in the machine. You have to turn on the agitator. So when you put the ozone in the body, for each round, you'll stand on the vibration machine afterwards, after you go to the bathroom, to literally act like the agitator in a washing machine. And this goes for our Blue Z water, any cleaning agent that goes into the body. Vibration therapy is like turning on the agitator on a washing machine. So in addition, you can do organ power flush for kidneys, liver, colon, using a specific tool that goes with the vibration machine. And now you're at a super high level of really processing. And this goes with our entire program, the ability to get into the organs and the lymph system and really move things along. So as we clean house, every load of laundry we do, we got to be able to turn on the agitator, flush out the water, and start again. And that's part of the program. Now, the multi-pass rectal insufflation ozone is premised on doing these therapies, premised on dampening the burn with the hydrogen, premised on using that mission coil to really be an adjunct to the ozone. Once you're successfully using all these protocols together, you can accelerate that ozone to 3, 4, 5, even 6 pass potentially. I've gone up to 4. I used to do 2, and then I went up to 4, and I could tolerate it, no problem. It's like I hardly did ozone. Now it's going into my blood. It definitely helps process the colon, but the oxidative stress is way down because I've been doing all these supportive therapies. You want to get to the point where all the garbage that the pathogens feed on is being eliminated. And this is why we have this entire program, because that's the end goal. So the ozone is going to come in there. Let's say you have a lot of toxins and you're doing ozone. Yes, it'll start to knock back the parasites, the microbial parasites, and the tapeworms, literally, when we're talking about viruses, fungus, bacteria. They're feeding, basically. So point is ultimately to detoxify and get rid of the garbage. And that's why you do the whole program, of which ozone is one piece. But once you're successful at doing this whole program, then you'll find that you can go to higher and higher levels of this ozone therapy. So you get rewarded by being able to get even more effective with less aggravation. Okay, so in the end of the day, skill, awareness, understanding the whole process, having the big overview is super helpful, and bringing all these right tools together. So please understand that. Don't just buy a therapy thinking it's going to do everything. Hydrogen therapy will not go after microbes. It'll help the immune system over time. The mission coil, by the way, and the hydrogen therapy, excellent at rebuilding the gut flora. Once that's built up, you absorb nutrients better, and you get the good gut flora is huge in terms of getting rid of a bunch of garbage. You need that really good bacterial colony in the colon. Then, once again, you can tolerate higher levels of ozone. Also, something I discovered just recently, I'm using a vagus nerve stimulating device. Vagus nerve goes to every organ in the body, and when you're more relaxed, you can actually have a more effective ozone therapy. So this is a very kind of subconscious nerve therapy, and we'll be doing a video on that in the near future. I'm still evaluating this therapy. So the goal is to do everything in concert once again so that you can increase the ozone therapy in such a way that you have less oxidative stress. If you have the money, I encourage anyone to go into a clinic and get 10 Pass Ozone Therapy if you really, really have the money. But remember, 6 months from something comes up 6 months later, you're going to have to be back in the clinic. If you buy the system at home, you do this home protocol properly, you're self-reliant, you can do it anytime, any day, middle of the night, whenever, and for the rest of your life. So to purchase the whole system is about $500, and then you need to buy an oxygen tank and a few accessories, but that's it. You're good for life. Once in a while you fill up the tank, that's like 20 bucks. Super, super cheap. And one of the most quintessential therapies there is for detoxification and microbials is home ozone or clinical ozone therapy. All righty, we'll post all the links below. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, contact me, Andrew@bluesywater.com. Thank you.